in a cyber cafe over the night simply because I cannot afford what is paid hourly to browse. But over the night, 10 to 5, 7 hours, I can pay, I think, 120 naira, download, put it on diskette, and come home and begin to look at them one after the other. From that, we move to the digital libraries, then the cloud computing. And where are we now? We are in artificial intelligence age. Each of these, hey, somebody is making noise. Host,
Please
can
mute
you take
yourself
care
if
of
you're on
that?
this section. Please mute yourself, please.
Each of these phase transform scholarship. Only one appears capable of thinking for us. None of all these other ones could think. It is the age we are in now that appear capable of thinking for us. And what is the AI ecosystem? Just for us to be familiar again, we have ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, Perplexity, DeepSeek, Elicit, Consensus, Site, Research Habit. And what appears to be happening now is some of these are able to, when you subscribe, they are able to aggregate. I know when you subscribe, for instance, to Perplexity, you are able to make use of ChatGPT, Claude, and I think Gemini, and they even make provision for students or educators with just $10 on a monthly basis. AI is now embedded in virtually every stage of the research life cycle. The new research landscape, we're going to be talking about the literature discovery, academic writing, statistical analysis, programming, data visualization, translation, reference management, research planning. All of these can be done by AI assistants. And we only need to do the critical thinking. So the challenge is preserving the credibility in the midst of the productivity that has gone very, very high. What is research integrity? Any research that we say possess integrity must be honest, transparent, accountable, accurate, objective, and is reproducible. Somebody else, you do the research in Nigeria, somebody in China should be able to pick it and reproduce it. So we are saying that your conclusion, you must be honest about it. You are not just conjuring. You are not just hallucinating. Now, transparency, you must be transparent. Whatever you have used, you must be able to declare it, and you must be accountable, as well as these other ones that I have mentioned. Integrity is not merely avoiding misconduct. It is protecting the truth. And why does integrity matter? It is because science becomes opinions, knowledge becomes misinformation, university lose credibility, and researchers lose reputation, society loses trust if integrity is not upheld. And you have this chart on the right-hand side. You can see that ethics is higher than all of them all. Attention must be given to ethics, followed by accountability, the honesty, and transparency. AI is neither good nor bad. As it is powerful, fast, and intelligent, it also has no conscience, no ethics, and no accountability. So it is the user, the human in the gap, human in the loop, the man who is using it responsibly that has to fill that gap. Only researchers has conscience, ethics, and can be accountable. What AI does exceptionally well, you can see them, brainstorming, grammar improvement, translation, programming, statistical support, data visualization, reference organization, learning support. AI should amplify human intelligence, not to replace it. All this can be done very well, but you must know what you are looking for to be able to use AI responsibly. The three phases of AI, we have the use, misuse, and abuse. Under the use, you must use AI ethically, you must be transparent, and you must be responsible. But for those who are misusing, you can be careless, over dependence, as well as poor judgment. Whereas abuse is those who use intentionally to deceive people or commit academic fraud or research misconduct. You know, initially we had planned to spend 20 minutes, but I was just told not long ago that it's going to be 15 minutes. So I have to rush so that I'll be able to get to where I am going. Ethical use of AI. The ethical use of AI, you can see them under language editing, literature exploration, coding assistance, brainstorming, translation, and statistical support. This improves productivity while preserving the authorship. So before, the brainstorming that will take you days, months, or statistical analysis, or even coding that will take very long. If you are good in prompt engineering, you are able to make use of the AI tools that are available now to help you do all of this. But the fact remains that the individual researcher must take ownership, must be responsible. You are not just delegating every assignment to AI agent, but just making use to boost. It's just like before computer came, people were doing research. They were communicating. You can imagine the days of the printing press. But now we have our research on, we have some that are not even printing paper again. That is purely online. Okay, misuse of AI, copying AI generating text, undisclosing AI writing, failure to verify outputs. They're using fabricated references as well as excessive dependence on AI agents. All this comes under misuse of AI. And what will be the result? A compromised scholarship. The abuse comes under fake data set, fabricated experiment, ghostwritten dissertation, citation manipulation, automated plagiarism, and peer review manipulation. This is academic misconduct and not innovation. Okay, so can AI write a thesis? Can AI write a thesis? Yes. Can AI defend it? The answer is no. Only researchers' own ideas, methodology, interpretation, conclusions, as well as responsibility. So all these, every researcher must be aware of it. The hallucination problem. We have fake journals, we have fake authors. You know, I will not be seeing the screen. Somebody is distracting, please. Host should take care of it. Fake journals, fake authors, fake statistics, fake citation, fake quotation. I'm sure that the community, people on this call are aware of somebody that has to resign his appointment some couple of months back because of the hallucination that happened in a work that was published. Even though it was not the professor, but he appended his signature to it. The new plagiarism, copying people, was the ancient plagiarism, but now copying machines without disclosure. What people were charged as plagiarism in the ancient, in time past, is when you copy people without citing them. But now, copying machine without disclosure is the modern plagiarism. So integrity requires transparency, not concealment. And credibility is academic currency. If you say the research you are doing is credible, then the degrees open doors. Publications build careers. Credibility sustains both of them. So you lose credibility once, recovery may take decades. We should never attempt to lose our credibility. So the researcher must be current in what he's doing. What are international perspectives? Nature, Elsevier, Springer Nature, IEEE, COPE, and the rest of them, you know, they are now aware of this, and what they are standing on is AI cannot be an author. Humans remain accountable. AI use should be transparent. These are the international perspective. And there are 5 ethical questions. Is it accurate? Can I verify it? Am I still the intellectual author? Will I disclose its use? Can I defend every sentence? These are key ethical questions anyone using AI must imbibe. And what is the practical AI workflow? You think first, search second, read critically, write independently, use AI to refine what you have written, then verify everything, disclose appropriately, and publish confidently. If we follow this workflow, we will be top-notch. AI disclosure statement. Example, artificial intelligence was used solely for language editing and grammar improvement. All interpretations, analysis, conclusions, and final content remain entirely the responsibility of the author. This is the kind of disclosure that somebody who has made use of AI for one thing or that should be able to disclose. My time. I'm sorry, please. I have just 1 minute more. Now, so preserving research integrity, read original papers, verify references, validate data, document AI use, think critically, maintain originality, stay accountable. And the responsibility across the research ecosystem has to do with students, supervisors, university, ethics committees, journal editors, reviewers, as well as publisher. What's the advice for postgraduate students and postgraduate researchers as well as their supervisor? Never allow AI to replace curiosity, critical thinking, creativity, originality, and academic voice. If AI saves time, invest that time in deeper thinking. And what's the advice for supervisors and institutions? Develop AI policy, train researchers, revise ethics guidelines, encourage disclosure, access critical thinking, reward originality. Don't ban AI, teach responsible AI. And what's the future of research? Tomorrow's leading researcher will combine human creativity, ethical reasoning, critical thinking, scientific rigor, and artificial intelligence. Human intelligence plus AI plus integrity will give us responsible innovation. What is the key takeaways? Integrity remains non-negotiable. AI is an assistant, not an author. Transparency builds trust. Verification protects scholarship. Accountability always belongs to researcher. Artificial intelligence can write, it can summarize, it can calculate, but it cannot replace wisdom, ethics, integrity, or human responsibility. Thank you. Over to you, sir, our ME. Yes, sir. You are muted.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. The host had muted everybody, including me. Thank you very much for the very succinct lecture, Prof. Yeah. I mean, so two things stood out for me. Only researchers have conscience. AI does not. That's a very deep one. And another thing you have said is that you mentioned that copying machine without disclosure is the new plagiarism. Thank you very much. We hope we'll have time to take one or two questions, but most certainly we will make this slide. We are appealing to the Dean of Postgraduate.
Dr. Gab, let's have the presentation. We'll have the questions will follow after.
Yes. I'm also appealing that, Dean, sir, you find a way to make the lectures available to participants.
Yes.
From the PG school.
No problem. That will be arranged.
All right. Thank you very much. So we will go to the next presentation now, to be taken by Professor Olateju. That also will be in the next 15 minutes. And Prof will be speaking to the topic, fundamentals of statistical analysis in the AI age. Prof, over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So my topic is fundamentals of statistical analysis in the AI age. So I have just 15 minutes, so I will say I can work within that time frame. Artificial intelligence in education refers to the systems that learn, adapt, and assist in teaching and learning. So the whole idea is that artificial intelligence has come on board to assist us in teaching and learning. So the tools that we commonly parade these days are listed as follows: ChatGPT, which is physically based on focus on question and answers and generate content. Adaptive learning platforms like Coursera Smart Quizzes. We have AI tutors, provide around the clock student support, okay? And they also have automated grading, okay? Saves time and ensures consistent feedback. Those are the ones we are commonly used to. So for statistical analysis, AI uses algorithms with patterns for decision making. In the normal world of statistics that we are used to, okay, when collecting data, we generate the frequency distribution manually, and then interpret using statistical tools under descriptive statistics like the bar chart, okay, multiple bar charts, and the rest of them. But for AI, it assists, okay, by using algorithms to generate patterns, and then later deductions are made from it. It analyzes the pattern, establishes the trend. The use of AI cannot be avoided. As academics, we must embrace it and ensure that you don't derail from our acceptable academic conduct. It has come to stay. It has come to stay. So there is nothing we can do about it. But what is important is that we should know that AI does not rely on statistical formulas for testing hypotheses. No, we are used to formulas. That is exactly what we were taught as we were growing up. But if I ask all of you now in your various offices, at what point in time have you been asked to write any formula in your office or to use any formula directly? These formulas have been converted to a set of instructions as application softwares and are embedded in system designs to fast-track operations in the organization. So these fast-track operations, okay, that's exactly what AI is doing for us. So we have to embed and key into the modern world by managing its use efficiently. So the focus is on algorithm. From there, patterns are generated and predictions and decisions are made. Its interest is identifying patterns that exist and they make predictions under methodological report. So when you are reporting, instead of stating that the data will analyze using descriptive statistics, correlation analysis, and the multiple regression, the AI version will be that data we analyze using machine learning techniques and also to predict the accuracy of the result. You all recall that in statistical research, under research methodology, we need to report our what? Methodology. So the pattern of reporting methodology when you are using AI is different from what exactly we are used to. So the report should be focused on the idea that you have used machine learning techniques for prediction and accuracy. So this is very, very important. So this is a key concept that we have to introduce. We have to introduce into our learning process, and which is also acceptable. So all researchers must understand the format for reporting methodology from AI. Now, in data analysis, with respect to statistical tools, there are two major aspects of it. We have the descriptive statistics and we have the inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics and then the inferential statistics. For descriptive statistics, the idea is just to describe the data, to show the frequency, to show how the data is distributed, emphasizing on number of occurrence of each quantity. And the tools we use for that category include charts, bar charts, okay, and at best we use measures of location, that is the mean, the median, the mode, the geometric mean, and then we use the harmonic mean. And to determine the validity and reliability of those averages, we use the measures of what? Dispersion, basically variance and standard deviation. So instead of going through all this, AI assists us to describe data by automating the cleaning of the data, collection of the data, organization of the data, and then summarization of the data with ease. That is what AI will do for us. So it automatically generates percentages, frequencies, okay, as illustrated in the slide, median, mean chart, and standard deviation. It is faster, easier, and more accurate. It allows for proper understanding of the characteristics involved in distribution of data. It does not rely on manual statistical procedure. So this is what AI can do to us. Okay. The other aspect I was talking about is inferential statistics. Inferential was coined from the word infer. What we are talking about is here is that we are trying to pass judgment on the population via part of the population. That part of the population is regarded as a sample. So we select a sample, we do the need for that sample, conduct research on that sample, then whatever is the outcome, we generalize on the population. That is where the word inference came from. And we tag it as what? Inferential statistics. So there are some basic tools of statistics that we normally use for this category. And they include correlation analysis, multiple coefficient of determination, okay, independent t-text, analysis of variance that we tag what? ANOVA. So under that, let us see the version of AI. AI enhances the report of researchers' statistical analysis by assisting in drawing conclusions and also making deductions on a given population via the sample. So AI can also help us in this regard. It helps in estimating confidence intervals, identify what? Relationship between two or more variables, and also predict models using machine algorithms. When testing a hypothesis, the emphasis is on determine the nature of the relationship between what two variables, and that exactly can also be done with the use of what? AI. But it's not, we get it in a more accurate, and it's also what? Timely through the models by using machine learning algorithms. That is what AI can do for us. Okay, it enhances our statistical procedure, and it assists us to make sure that we get the right word, precision. AI also assists in optimizing model selection, detecting outliers, and validates statistical assumptions, and also make deductions with greater efficiency. AI will assist us to reduce bias. Okay, it will assist us to validate the data, and the beauty of it is that the use of AI in various statistics helps in making reliable generalizations about a population, which is very, very important. Very, very important. So, by extension, it enhances the accuracy of predictions and also support evidence-based research. In our world, okay, when we are making statements in our world, we say it should be what? Evidence-based. AI also assists us in this regard. The approach of AI that is this version are appropriate for inclusion in a dissertation, in a research project or thesis in an academic environment. So I'm suggesting that it can be used for dissertation for those of you that are running master's program. It can be used for projects for those of you that are running a project diploma program. It can be used for a thesis for those of us that are running a professional doctorate degree or a doctor of philosophy program. So in conclusion, for efficient use of AI, okay, academic institutions must respond by defining academic integrity policies, training students on ethical use of what? Of AI. The fact that we have access to AI does not mean we should engage in what? Plagiarism. Okay, we should avoid copying, okay, without making reference from where the source of information is coming from. We should ensure that we download articles, we do the needful, do a critique, and then type those things that we have documented. We should not go to the laptop and complete a complete research by pasting from one point to another because we have access to here. So academic integrity here is the watchword. Okay. So in my recommendation, so I'm saying we should create a seamless academic environment in the context of AI, okay, that requires a strategic and systematic approach. The following 5 pillars are also what recommended. So AI integrated curriculum design, this should evolve from traditional content delivery to include skills relevant to working with the AI system. So those of us within the academia that have idea on the use of AI, our colleagues from the ICT world should assist us in generating a curriculum for managing what AI, and every university must have a policy to that effect. The second one has to do with the personalized learning systems. Okay, AI enables personal learning by analyzing student performance data and recommending tailored learning paths, and also have your smart assessment and credentialing that AI can support formative and summative assessment through intelligent systems that evaluate the student performance in real time. So this should be incorporated into the curriculum. I also have your faculty empowerment and development. Educators must be supported with continuous training that includes hands-on experience with AI tools, ethical implications of AI in teaching, and innovative assessment design. Academic integrity and policy reforms. Institutional policies must be updated to reflect the presence of AI in academic environment. This is very, very what? Very, very important, okay? This is what we use, okay, for guidance. So in whole, what are we talking about? The whole idea is that AI has come to stay. We cannot afford to use it, but as much as possible, we must ensure that academic integrity is what is maintained. So when you have access to admission at the point of graduation, you are released because you have been found worthy in learning and in character. We should not allow the use of AI to lead us to imbibe a questionable character. So all of us must key into the new world. All of us must understand how to manage AI. We must use it efficiently to deliver, okay, on our dissertations, to deliver on a sub project, to deliver on the various theses we'll be submitting for the various degrees. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all. So Dr. Gab, I'm done.
Yeah, thank you. We thank you for your lecture. I hear myself from this end. What could be the problem? Can our host look into that?
I think there are two devices where you are, sir, connected.
Oh, could that be? Yeah, just the device now, and it hasn't changed in any way. But am I clear, sir?
Yes, perfect now.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
So we thank our editor-in-chief and dean of postgraduate school for his lecture. I want to be sure that everybody here can trust us with their publications now, given the integrity and credibility of my editor-in-chief and the editor. I'll move quickly to my own presentation, which should be just about 10 minutes.
We are not getting any information. It's cracking.
Okay, so please, can you see my slides?
No, Doc, no.
It's just coming up.
No, we can see your slide.
Yes, we can see your slide.
But you need to take care of the
So,
noise.
very quickly, my topic is when AI writes and humans think.
There's an echo. There's an echo from your side.
So somebody had
somebody that. Hello, sir.
And he said he wants to.
I'm seriously trying to troubleshoot the reason for the echo.
Sir, you have to take out your other device.
Two devices are on at the
Please
same time.
relocate.
Two devices are on there. Take off one.
Maybe I should just log out and try to Please, can I be heard now?
Yes, it's clear. You can start.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll just move straight away. Like I said, my presentation will be just for 10 minutes since profs have done a whole lot of the work. So the first question I like to ask here, somebody had asked me, so why am I saying when AI writes and humans think? Why am I not saying when humans think and AI writes? But then the fundamental idea behind this topic is to make clear, like our profs have said, that in this age, there is no problem with AI doing the writing for you. The question is, how ethical are you about it? Now, so a question before us is, if ChatGPT writes your thesis, whose degree will be awarded? This question captures one of the greatest intellectual dilemmas confronting higher education. All right, so moving very quickly, what AI can do for us. Number one, AI can summarize your articles, draft coherent paragraphs, translate text, and so on. But AI cannot do the following. It cannot earn your degree. It cannot defend your dissertation. It cannot exercise moral judgment. It cannot produce authentic scholarly insights. These are where we must come in as humans. All right. So moving very quickly, ethical boundaries that should never be crossed when we use AI. First, AI should not replace original thinking. AI should not fabricate scholarship. AI should not become an invisible co-author. So you cannot afford to use AI to generate your ideas. You cannot afford to make AI think for you. You cannot afford to do the 3 abominable Fs: fabricate, fallacy, and falsification. These are the Fs that must not be engaged in. You must not engage in fallacy. You must not engage in fabrication. You must not engage in falsification. So we must do the original thinking. While it is okay for AI to generate the draft for you, while it is okay for you to think and make AI generate the language, even though you must now return to still work on it, AI must not do the thinking for you. So AI should not distort academic integrity. Like Professor Akombi said, whatever you do with AI it is ethical to declare. I wish to declare, for instance, that Cloud generated the slides for this presentation for me, but the ideas are mine. This is ethical, provided there is disclosure. All right, AI is meant to be used, but we must declare the extent of use, and it must not take the place of our role as the researchers. Moving on, I'd like to also talk about what AI can do better than humans, which we cannot afford to contest. AI can help with your literature exploration. When you have your initial draft, AI can help with language refinement. AI can help you to brainstorm. AI can do translation for you, but then it cannot engage in the real thinking. So where do we come in as researchers? AI will not pronounce that theory. You have to do that yourself. AI will not make that fresh interpretation. It will not propose that novel methodology. All right, all of these are where we come in as researchers. All right, now, what humans must always do better. It is our role as researchers to formulate meaningful research problems. It becomes some kind of academic fraud to make AI generate your research problem for you. While it is okay to refine using AI, the problem of your study is something that must come from your critical thinking and ingenuity. So as the researcher, we must formulate meaningful research problems, exercise ethical judgment, conduct field work responsibly. This is where fabrication comes in. Some people fabricate methodological procedure using AI tools. We must avoid this. Okay, interpret culture within context. One of the things AI still lacks till today is cultural sensitivity. So it is our role as researchers to understand how our research can be situated and contextualized within the reality of our space. We must also appreciate humor, irony, sarcasm, symbolism. All of these are the soft sides to research that AI cannot tell their appropriateness. Negotiate conflicting evidence. This is something you can only do as a researcher. Okay, AI cannot help you negotiate the conflicting sides to your research. Generative theoretical innovation, defending arguments before examiners. If you use AI to generate the thesis, would you use AI to present it? So the argument, the thesis statement, the essence of your study lies with you, not with AI. Like Professor Akombi said, only researchers have conscience. AI does not. So this is something we must do for ourselves. Accept responsibility for every claim. Like our undergraduate students would say, when you find errors in their documents, they tell you, oh, the woman that typed it. And then we tell them, I'm not supervising the woman who types. This is exactly the situation with AI. We must, as researchers, be willing to accept and take responsibility for every claim that goes into our work. Moving on very quickly, practical guidelines for every postgraduate student. 1, think before prompting. It is okay to prompt AI to generate ideas for you, but you have to clarify your own ideas before consulting AI. Your idea must be clear in your own head before you involve AI. Number 2, you have to verify everything. Never trust citations or quotations without checking the original sources. One of the things ChatGPT and Cloud do is that they fabricate citations. They can give you a study that exists and associate it with another researcher. So it is your role to clarify citations before you present them. Write with your own voice. this is one of the things that is very important. A professor read one of my lectures one day, which was presented by someone else. And he said, Gab, I think I heard your voice in what that person presented. As a researcher, you must become a voice. We must be able to say this is how you write. So AI cannot replace your voice. You can only use AI to make your voice better. So write with your own voice. Be transparent. In other words, follow your institution's policies on how to acknowledge AI. And then very importantly, remain intellectually accountable. I'll bring this to a close because the voicing is not even coming out loud. So as a conclusion, I would like to say that while AI is accepted and acceptable, you must understand that it is the servant, it is not the master. All right, AI is the servant, it is not the master. The true measure of postgraduate research is not the speed with which a dissertation is produced, but the depth of thought that it embodies. This comes from your originality. This comes from your creativity. This comes from your ingenuity, not from whatever AI gives you. So AI can process words, but it cannot live the human experiences from which those words derive significance. It can draft your text for you, but it cannot assume responsibility for the truth or the falsity. It can imitate style, but it cannot replace scholarly integrity. So in conclusion, like Professor Akobi and the Dean rightly said, AI is not open to negotiation. It has come to stay. It has to be used. What we preach is ethics, accountability, and responsibility in the deployment of artificial intelligence. Thank you very much. This is the end of my presentation. So at this point, we will take just 2 questions and then a closing remark from our editor, Professor Akombi. So please signify if you would have any question for any of the presenters, and then you will be acknowledged. Thank you. We are still expecting us to use the emoji if we will want to ask any question or make an addendum. Okay, let's take praise. After praise, we take Adegbite, Olayinka. Please, let's be very brief. Yes, and let us know who you are directing your question to.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, professors. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to direct my question to, although I believe it's something that any of the speaker would be able to address, but I would like to direct it to maybe by Professor Akobi. There is this, is it current? If you run AI detection or plagiarism detection via Turnitin, you would notice that the states at the end of each of the results of the certificate that their detection should not be held hook, line, and sinker, because it is more of a probabilistic or a kind of a projection, not on a certainty basis. There's just more of a probability. So how do we handle the issue of, because we have several other AI detectors that if you write text yourself, I've tried it before, you write a text yourself and you impute it to run for detection, it will detect that it was written by an artificial intelligence assistant, of which it was written by you. So because I believe that this has this can also affect students, and I have had individuals who will say they wrote something themselves, but based on, let's say, a supervisor running it through one of these AI detectors, or even some at times Turnitin, it will detect that it was written by AI, of which in the real sense it was handwritten. And we understand that based on the detectors run based on algorithmic system. So if something sounds like AI, it dictates as AI. So how do we handle this? Like what's the solution to this?
All right, thank you very much. The question is noted. Let's take like 2-3 questions so that we can address them at once. Adegbite, please quickly ask your question and let it be as brief as possible.
Good evening, sirs. Good evening, everybody. I am Adegbite Moses Adedeji, a master's in project management at LASU. My question is, number one, does the school has a rule or exact rule as far as the use of AI is concerned? That's one. Number two, Professor Akobi talked about hallucinated references or fictitious references being generated by AI. Some of us who are in postgraduate school and we do not have institutional email. I personally have tried to join some research websites like the ResearchGate, like OCHID, and some others. But because of the institutional email, I have not been successful in joining such things. So anytime I'm writing and I try to make some references in order to check whether those references are hallucinated or fictitious or something, I've been finding them difficult. Does the school have any solution concerning this? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Adegbite. Olayinka, let's take your question now.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Olayinka, we can hear you. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, sir. My name is Olayinka Deni from School of Transport. My question is, how effective and efficient can AI be compared to human reasoning in writing MSc projects?
All right, thank you very much. We will let Professor Akobi react to the questions, and then those three first, and then we'll just take two more from Jensi and Oladoja. Then we'll be bringing the session to a close. Thank you. Professor Akobi, over to you, sir. Is Professor Akobi still there? Okay. If not, will Professor Olateju want to react to some of the questions?
Hello.
Oh, thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof.
I was muted, so I had to raise my hand before I was unmuted. Well, my network cut off, so I think I missed the first question, but I joined in the middle of the second question, and the question of what is the position of the university. We just finished from Senate, I think just about an hour ago, thereabout. And the university has a policy on use of AI. It was approved June 2024. So today it has come back to Senate, and Senate has taken a decision to make it circulated. It will be on our website. It will be everywhere, so that just the same way university created a policy on plagiarism, there is now policy as far as AI use is concerned. Okay. Now, on the matter of institutional email, I know that our students have, particularly the undergraduate, and I think it is also applicable to postgraduate students, institutional email that you can use all through the time of your study. So, but I think the dean will be able to provide more information about that. In the aspect of whether AI can write MSc thesis or not, you see, it is still the same thing. It is still the same thing that we have said. We have said, AI can write thesis, can write MSc dissertation, can write PhD thesis, can even write paper. I think about, it should be last month, thereabout, The first article published that was completely generated by AI came out about last month thereabout. But the aspect we are emphasizing here is that AI cannot take the place of human being. You have to use AI responsibly. You have to take ownership. You have to be transparent, and you have to be accountable. There are issues of ethics in the use of AI. So you cannot ask AI to help you generate, which is as good as somebody goes to Harvard or goes to one university or the other and download a project or MSc dissertation and put a back on it and come to submit it. I have once seen that case that one of our students, he was even appreciating the parent of the person they copied. You can imagine that. So that will happen when we depend absolutely on AI and we are not using it responsibly. And we have mentioned the issue of integrity, which is key. So the dean will be able to add additional on, especially on the issue of institutional email. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Akobi. Professor Olateju, yeah, you have an addendum to that before we take the last two questions.
Okay. Thank you for those questions. The question that has to do with the institutional email, please, there's a procedure for getting that. You apply to the postgraduate school, okay, requesting for institutional email, okay, and I will help you obtain it from the ICT. So it is available, please. It is your right, but we don't just give it out. We only make it available for those people who want to use it for what? For research. So please, it is available. And then just like what Professor Akobi said, the use of AI has come to play. We cannot do without it. But what is important is that as academics, there's what you call academic integrity. Okay, we target academic what? Conduct. So even though you are using it to enhance your research, the source of information, the real work must be done by you. We expect you to take it seriously, and we ask this question: does it possess originality? Okay, can you speak to work, to your work? Is it not a copied work? So, can you speak to the content matter? Can you generate the intense referencing from the articles you have downloaded? So that is what Professor Akobi was talking about. That you have some AI generated referencing. That we feel that is not appropriate. So I will stop there for now. For any further question, please.
Thank you very much. If Genti is still there, we will take Genti, Tajuddin, and Lagos, and that will be the end. But it seems Genti is not there. So Tajuddin or Ladoja, you can go now, please. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, I'm here, sir. I'd like to start by thanking all the organizers, my dean, Professor Olateju. Thank you very much, sir, and all the professors present and all the facilitators. Straight to my question, sir, which is deriving from one of the recommendations of our respected Professor Olateju with regards to training in addition to policy. So my question is, in order to derive maximum value from AI, will it be appropriate to think about specific subjects on AI? For example, AI in project management. I had the opportunity to make a presentation in training on AI in project management, and it was very, very exposing and very interesting. So that's what got me thinking that maybe a subject or topics that are specific in deriving maximum value from AI may be useful. That's my question, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's take Samuel, and then we'll just react to the questions together. Is Samuel there?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly. Please go on.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, thank you, Prof. Dean and the speakers, my Dean Prof. Akambi and Prof. Olatunji, the meeting has been very impactful. I want to appeal on few things on the use of AI with the postgraduate students. On the email, please, Prof. Sir, I want to suggest that for PhD academic students, upon applications and upon the giving of admission, we suggest that they should be having the university email, student university email. That will facilitate their Google Scholar, and it also affects or impact the university ranking, that they can publish their writing as is being recommended, that every PhD student should at least publish 2 or 3 papers from their thesis. So the use of the academic email will also have an impact on the university. So upon giving the admission for PhD academics, they should be having the student email. That will remove the bureaucracy and lessen the time of applying and the likes. Secondly, I also want to suggest, before I go to my question, that the aside policy, can a curriculum be developed by the PG school on the ethical use of AI for all postgraduate students? This is also essential that once this curriculum is developed at all levels, all departments, the course must be taught. Even a PhD direct should also have the curriculum and incorporate certain aspects of the something in the course of thesis writing. This program is very useful because almost all departments ought to participate in this. As AI use now is, we can't side it away, or we can't neglect it. I've reviewed papers and I see the over dependency on the use of AI. There are certain languages that AI uses, and you see it across board. So the unethical use is over dependency and not referencing the true use. So if students are to use it, a policy document and a curriculum well developed for the ethical use should be developed for by the postgraduate school, and all departments should incorporate this. This is my, and then lastly, I want to suggest that the PG school can have a board that every thesis should be submitted and be reviewed by this board. Not just that we write thesis and then we submit the soft copy and nothing. A repository is also important. Having gone through the board, there should be a repository at the school level, that this thing will be deposited and it can be cited. Thesis is supposed to be cited. Academic thesis is supposed to be cited. I cited about 4 theses in my own thesis writing. So I got it from the university repository, and I have to cite it. So these are my recommendations and the suggestions.
Thank you very much,
sir. Thank you.
We appreciate your contribution. Do we still have Dr. Genty before I invite the editor-in-chief and dean, and then Professor Akobi? Do we have Dr. Genty there? All right. So, Professor Olatunji, please react to some of the...
Hello, sir. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you very much.
Genty,
thank you very much, Dr. Gab, for the moderation. I think first and foremost, I have to give kudos and commend Lagos State University Postgraduate School for this wonderful initiative of educating our postgraduate students on AI usage responsibly. I just want to share some thoughts with the AI policy of university. I think Professor Akombi mentioned it, that it has passed through the university senate now. So hopefully any moment from now, the students will be able to have access to this. On that note, I want to share my university here thoughts and how they go about this AI policy in the university, because the AI has come to stay, like the speakers mentioned. So there's no how we are going to run away from it. So what we need to do as a scholar is how to use this thing ethically and more responsibly. In the university where I'm doing my fellowship here, they have an AI policy which cut across all levels, even from undergraduate to postgraduate level. But they do it in a way that the students were given the liberty to use some of these things, which was categorized. There's a taxonomy of it. For example, I taught a course last module, and half of the class make use of this AI, so which is against the university policy, and we have to use the university rules on them. So, but how do they make use of it responsibly? Here, if the usage is between 0 and 20%, the university still allow the source person or the facilitators to let such students go away with it. That is if the proportion is between 0% and 20%. But if the proportion is between 20% and 40%, the university policy here says 10 mark from the weighted average score of that particular course should be deducted. But if it's between 41% and 60%, I think 25 marks should be deducted. But the moment the proportion is above 61%, so the university here is, you have to score such students 0. So in the modules that I taught in the last section, about half of the class scores above 61% proportion of AI usage. So I will want Lagos State University also to pick a clue from this. I don't know about the documents yet now, but thank God that Professor Akombi and Professor Olateju are members of the Senate. So this can as well be incorporated into the AI policy document of LASU. Because the AI has come, there's nothing you want to write now. Even like one of the students mentioned, if you write something yourself and you put it there, before you know it, it will flag it as, oh yeah, this is AI generated, which is a lot of all about AI hallucination. So I'm just providing this information. So once again, I commend the organizer. I thank the Dean Postgraduate School and other speakers for this wonderful initiative. So thank you very much. We are LASU. We are great.
We are great.
Thank you very much, Dr. Genti. We hope you're having a great time on your fellowship or postdoc. Thank you for joining the program. I will let the Dean and Editor-in-Chief go first. And I would also want to plead with Professor Akombi to kindly attend to some of the questions in the chat box when he's reacting. And then he can also do the closing remarks after attending to the questions. Professor Olateju, please, your reaction.
Yeah, thank you very much. So as earlier stated by Professor Akombi, we have a policy on AI, the university. Then somebody suggested that we should make it specific to certain to all disciplines. He was emphasizing that he has an experience on AI in a project management. That is a good one. So that will be left for every faculty because we have our different peculiarities. So the best I can do at my end as the Dean of Postgraduate School is to send out a memo so that every faculty can key into the contemporary use of AI and then ensure that academic integrity, is upheld. Then I will just use the opportunity to inform the whole lot that we have a repository at the postgraduate school for every thesis that has passed through us. We collect a soft copy and we document it in our policy. Is already ongoing. And then before we collect it from you, we ensure we do a comprehensive plagiarism check to ensure that you don't go beyond the 20% benchmark. So we emphasize ethical use of AI, and we put it's part of our character at the postgraduate school. And also, we have gotten an approval at Senate to get some statement with respect to act of misconduct, examination of malpractices, with respect to use of AI. That is to show all of us that Lagos State as a university have zero tolerance to the use of AI when it comes to malpractices. In our ranking, recently, our ranking with respect to Times Higher Education sustainability ranking, we became first among the state university. We're able to do this because over time, we have advised all scholars, all students to ensure that they have institutional email and they use it for any publication, okay, they want to embark on. And that is why we encourage the use of institutional email, so that as you are publishing, okay, your president will reflect on Google Scholar, and the credit will go to Lagos State University as an entity. We recognize all these comments, positive comments, and we are already keen to it. We are on course, and we assure you the environment we provide at LASU, as far as research is concerned, is on some top notch. I will stop there now, allow Professor Akombi, okay, to give further information. He is one of the top scholars in the university, and he has been part of the ranking committee of Lagos State University. Professor Akombi, please. Any area I missed, please. Let me compliment.
Thank you very much,
Yes,
Professor Akombi.
Okay, the Dean and the Chief Editor, thank you very much for allowing this to happen. I appreciate all the participants on this call, and particularly Dr. Genti. We thank you for bringing that input in, as well as Dr. Samuel. Okay, now the chat has been disabled. I was asked to repost my slide. I will just drop it again. It was shared earlier, but some people are asking that we should share it again. And further question on the chat has to do with writing in your own words and AI refining and broadening your thought. Well, the issues that we have raised in the course of this engagement is to say that there are a lot of things that AI agent can do for you, but you have to stand in the gap, human in the loop, human in the gap, to be ensured that what you are doing is ethical and is responsible. Sometimes, before we use Grammarly and some other tools for editing, for checking our grammar, your construct may not be right. So AI now may be able to help you in terms of your construct, and the rest. Okay, it's been enabled. I'm dropping it. I have dropped it. Okay, so those who have asked, there are about 2 questions that has to do with issue of refining and broadening. There is provision for that. But what we are saying is that when you are using AI, you should use it responsibly. Don't assign all the things that you need to do to AI. You should be the one to do your brainstorming. You should be the one to get your concept, and then you can now make use of AI to do searches, to do this and to do that. So that would be the addition that I would make, an answer to the questions that were raised in the chat box. Thank you. The slide has been reposted again. You can download it before the call is over. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Once again, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Lagos State University, Professor Ibiyami Ibilola Olatuji Bello, MNI MPOM, on behalf of the Dean Postgraduate School, who doubles as the Chief Editor of the LASU Postgraduate School Journal, and who is also one of the speakers today. I'd like to say a very big thank you to every one of us for joining this session. It is indeed commendable that we have 171 participants on the session. It shows that LASU is indeed a scholarly community, and we are very passionate about issues around research and scholarship. I'd like Professor Moses Akombi, the editor of the LASU Postgraduate School Journal, to do the final parting words, and then we'll call it an evening.
Okay, our managing editor, thank you very much. I must commend the management of the university for allowing this to happen. as well as the management of postgraduate school and our postgraduate journal that has made this to happen. But if we put this in place and all the participants here are not here, it will have been a flop. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone on the call. And our parting words to each and individual of us is that AI has come to stay. We should no longer be afraid to make use of AI. But what should we do? We should use AI responsibly. We should be transparent. We should be ethical, and we should be accountable. So on this note, I say thank you to everyone that has made this possible. Bye for now.
Thank you very much, Professor Akobi. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, until we converge again for the next edition of the Lagos State University Postgraduate School Journal Seminar Series, we wish you all a very great evening. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.